Das ist klein. I believe that is German for that's small, and that is what the model we're looking at is in real life. It's a BMW Isetta. The Isetta actually originates from Italy. It was originally produced by an Italian company called Isospa, or Isospa. I think the spa is like some sort of Italian for a company. And they were an Italian firm that made refrigerators, motor scooters, and 3 small little trucks. And it was powered by a motorcycle engine, I believe a 200cc. And ultimately they licensed it to other companies to make it, and BMW was one of them, but also like French companies made it. I think they were made in Argentina. They were made in a lot of different places. Boy, this screw is super tight here. So the BMW version, which was sold between 1955 and 1962, they made 160,000 of these things, BMW alone. So that's pretty impressive. And I guess it had to do with some German classification of vehicles and driving licenses and stuff. But it was powered by a 1-cylinder, and it was a 4-stroke engine, but originally it was a 250cc, well, 247 if you want to be exact. And it was a little motorcycle engine because BMW does make motorcycles even today. But in 1956, they bumped it up to 300 cc's. It was only a 1 horsepower difference between the engines. And the 300cc, even in the maximum size engine, it only made 13 horsepower. So this will not be winning any drag races. I'm pretty sure you could outrun this thing on a bicycle. Okay, so and then 1956, they came out with the sliding side windows. So I have to believe that this diecast here is of a 1956 or later Isetta because it has sliding windows here on the side. Okay, now BMW re-engineered this vehicle significantly, so none of the parts of a BMW Isetta could actually be switched with the parts from the original Italian ISO version. So it's pretty unique to, BMW. Okay, I guess that helps it from spinning around in the packaging. Alright, so that's all I really learned about this car. I think if you grew up in America, you would recognize this car from Urkel. I forget the name of the actual TV show, but there's some nerdy kid, Urkel, and he drove around, I think in a sky blue one of these Isettas. So it's a interesting little car for sure. It looks like a bug, or some sort of insect of some sort. Okay. To my understanding, that engine sits underneath this engine cover here, and so there'll be a 1-cylinder there, and then there's a chain drive going to the rear wheels. So that's how it's laid out. Alright, well, let's look into the casting here. I don't know if that's a contaminant. I think it's a contaminant there in the paint. The printing looks like it's tampo printed, so that's nice. There's some orange here. I guess that's just a big, I don't know, it's so big on the photographs, I think it might be a turn signal. Okay. I think this thing is rolling on 10-inch wheels for the real vehicle. That's what a different source is telling me here. That's not suspension, it's just looseness in the axle. This front one doesn't move, it like bounce up and down. It does spin, and it does actually roll. I'm just envisioning someone trying to roll this down a Hot Wheels track. So it's just going to go like this, right? Or it's just going to tumble. It's almost like a marble. Okay, so the front, yeah, Polizei. There's a BMW logo. Maybe that says 300. And Isetta, let's try to get in on that thing. Yeah, 300 BMW, and I guess that's a really fancy way to write Isetta. You can see it's got the plastic headlights here, so that's pretty cool. It's got it printed on just a flat wiper blade. And there's black paint here on the casting, I think, to represent the window molding. The bumper itself is painted silver. It's part of the casting. Sorry, can't focus. There we go. I don't know, does that say number 4? No, it says 164. It's just covered up in the silver, so it's throwing me off. Okay, Schuco, the car. No date of original copyright, though. Looks like these are the exhausts that come out the side on this side of the vehicle. And there's one screw holding it together. Alrighty. So yeah, this side looks pretty much the same as, well, similar to the other side. And I guess these must be the hinges. The door itself is a clamshell, and it hinges here, so it actually swings forward like this. You might want to just look up Urkel Isetta. I'm sure there's tons of YouTube videos on it. Okay, and then tapers off to this back end, and we have some painted on taillights, it looks like. Yeah, some painted on silver here. I imagine the license plate must rest here, so this is like a, you know, a light housing. And then, strange, it's just a silver circle. Yeah. Oh, it's the fuel filler cap. I was thinking maybe that's where the BMW logo should be, but no, I look at the real photo there, and that's where the fuel filler cap resides. These are some vents here, and then again, a little black paint going around the window there. But what's weird is I don't see any black paint or trim around these windows. It's not on the cast window either. Alright. Alright, so then we got the police light itself. I don't know if that thing is cast in. No, I feel you can see, I think it's glued in. I think this must all be plastic here. And it's glued into like a hole or something. It's alright. It's not done too badly. There's a little black graphic here. Oh, and the reason why is all the Isettas had a sunroof, because if someone blocked in the car, you know, if a car backs in here, you can't open the door. So this is the second way to get in and out of the vehicle. And or if you roll over, it's good to have, I guess. You know, look at this thing. It looks like it would roll over pretty easily. Boy, I wonder if anyone raced these things. Like a little Isetta racing league. They would just be rolling all over the place. Well, look at the interior there. It's nice that it's a light color so you can see some stuff. Unfortunately, there isn't much stuff to look at. I don't know if that's what a real Isetta interior looks like. I imagine this car was quite inexpensive to purchase in the real world, so I can't imagine it had very many luxurious features. So, anyways, the steering wheel is actually pretty nice. It's just a huge column going up there. Alright, well, it's an interesting one. I do know that Kyosho makes a model of this. It's just that it's expensive. It's always over 20 bucks on eBay, so I haven't bought it. But I bought this for a lot less. So maybe if a Kyosho one ever comes up for sale at a decent price, I'll get it to compare to this. But for now, this is a pretty cool little model, right? It's just so small. So let's get back to the spinning thing and compare it to a couple of other small vehicles. In fact, I want to put a person out here as well. One of these American dioramas. People here, maybe that guy and his buddy smoking up there. Alright, so this is a Daido kit. It's a Subaru 360, which is the first Subaru car. So this is a K-Class car in Japan. It's a 360cc, and even that is bigger than this Isetta. Right? The Isetta is classified as a micro car, so it definitely is a really small vehicle. Another K-Class car is this Konami, and this is from a 2005 casting or something. It's a Honda N360. So again, it's a 360cc vehicle for Japan's little roads. Yeah. So yeah, that Isetta is quite tiny. So compared to more modern vehicles, I think many of us have probably seen like a Fiat 500, one of the newer ones. And I mean, a Fiat 500 is pretty small compared to most pickup trucks and stuff these days. But look how it dwarfs this little Isetta. So it's funny. It's funny how small this thing is. So the beauties of diecast, I guess. Okay, well, if you like micro cars, in fact, if anyone knows of other 1/64 scale micro cars, please let me know. I really like these little minuscule K-Class cars, but this is even smaller than that, so I wouldn't mind collecting some more of these little obscure miniature vehicles. So if you know of any more, please let me know and I'll check them out. Alright guys, well I appreciate you watching and I'll see you in the next small spin.